I never expected my sister to betray me. Not like this. Not in front of a full courtroom, under oath, her words slicing through years of shared memories like they meant nothing. She's worthless, she said, voice calm, eyes empty. She lies. She manipulates. She doesn't deserve custody. The words echoed in my ears, louder than they should have been. I sat still, my heart thundering, my fingernails pressing into the wooden table, desperate to feel something other than shame. My lawyer leaned over to whisper, "Stay composed." But how do you stay composed when your own flesh and blood stands across the courtroom, testifying against you, taking the side of the man who destroyed your marriage? She was my sister, older by 2 years. We were inseparable as kids. She braided my hair before school. She taught me how to wear eyeliner. She held me the night our father died. And yet there she stood, on the wrong side of truth. It started with a secret. When I didn't even want to believe myself at first. I had been married to Daniel for 7 years. We were the couple people pointed to as solid. 2 kids, a house in the suburbs, and matching smiles in every Christmas card. But behind the glass windows, our world was splintering. Daniel had grown distant, distracted. The intimacy faded first. Then the laughter. Then the basic respect. I thought it was stress, work, midlife drift. So I tried harder, dressed up more, made his favorite meals, bit my tongue when he came home late smelling like some cologne I didn't wear. Until one night, while folding laundry, I found his other phone, hidden beneath his gym clothes. The messages were plain as day, explicit, familiar. My sister's name was at the top of the thread. I stared at it for what felt like hours, praying my eyes were wrong, that this was a cruel joke. But the photos, her photos, left no doubt. The words she wrote to him, what he said back. It wasn't a mistake. It was an affair. Months long. I confronted him that night. He didn't deny it. He didn't even flinch. She understands me, he said. You stopped trying years ago. I laughed. Not because it was funny, but because the absurdity of it all was too heavy to cry over just yet. I packed a bag, took the kids, and walked out without another word. I thought that was the worst of it. But I was wrong. 2 weeks later, I was served custody papers. He wanted full custody. And she was helping him. That's how I ended up in court. Fighting for my children. Fighting to keep the life I built from being handed to 2 people who had already stabbed me through the heart. My sister's betrayal was strategic. Calculated. Her testimony painted me as unstable. She referenced my therapy sessions after postpartum depression, something I had trusted her with. She called them emotional breakdowns. She mentioned the bottle of wine I drank once during a bad week, implying I was an alcoholic. Every weakness I had confided in her, every crack she'd ever soothed, was now being used as ammunition. She's not fit to raise those children, she told the court, her voice smooth. She needs help, not custody. I bit my tongue so hard it bled. When it was my turn to speak, I stood. My legs trembled. My voice shook. But I looked at the judge and told the truth. I told them about the marriage, about the affair, about how I found out. I admitted to the therapy, the anxiety, the exhaustion, but I also spoke about the love I had for my children, about the nights I stayed up with fevers and nightmares, about how they clung to me the morning we left. I didn't sugarcoat the pain. I didn't hide my brokenness. Because I wasn't broken. I was healing. There was silence in the courtroom after I finished. Daniel's lawyer objected, called it emotional manipulation. The judge overruled. Then came the moment I never saw coming. The judge looked across the courtroom. His eyes settled on my sister. Miss Landry, he said, do you know what perjury is? She blinked. Excuse me. You claimed the mother was unfit. But based on evidence and witnesses, including the children's pediatrician and school counselor, none of your statements align. You've used confidential family history out of context, and this court finds your motives highly suspect. Daniel's face lost its smugness. And you, Mr. Callahan, the judge turned to my ex-husband, brought this case forward with claims of moral concern, while living with the petitioner's sister during the separation. Your credibility is compromised. He paused, then glanced at me. Good morning, Your Honor, he said to me, the words deliberate. It took a second to understand. The judge was awarding me full custody. My knees nearly buckled. Tears welled up, but I held them back. My children's faces filled my mind, safe, protected home. My sister stormed out before the gavel hit. It's been 8 months. I haven't spoken to her since. Daniel moved to another state. He sees the kids occasionally, supervised, as per the court's order. My children are doing better. I'm doing better. I sometimes sit with the memory of her testimony. The look in her eyes. The ease with which she tore me down. I don't know if I'll ever understand why she did it. Maybe it was envy. Maybe Daniel fed her lies. Maybe she just stopped loving me the way a sister should. But I've learned that blood isn't loyalty. And family isn't defined by who shares your DNA, but by who shows up when everything falls apart. I still believe in healing. But I also believe in walking away from the ones who set fire to your peace. And I believe that sometimes, justice doesn't come loudly. It arrives with 4 words whispered across a courtroom. Good morning, Your Honor.